how he fares on his Masters debut, with commentary from Alan and Ned.
Thanks, Jackie. He hasn't had to wait long, has he, Simon Whitlock, for a chance to avenge the recent past, that massacre at Ali Pali. Alan, it's come around very quick, his opportunity to put that right.
Yes, I'm sure he'll want to start the season, like we've said, with all the players, with at least a run on their belt. Not going out in the first round puts you on the back foot. But world number 19, Simon Whitlock's Masters returns have been very poor. This is his 8th attempt, and has only once got past the first round, so he needs to put that right.
Well, it's the worst of any competitor here, isn't it? And that includes Glenn Durrant, who's lost, well, now 7 in a row, but 7 in a row, first-round exits from a player of Simon Whitlock's immense quality is not good enough, and he'll know that. But Christoph Ratajski is a man who is building a very convincing career. 44 years of age, just turned 44 on New Year's Day. He's a player who, well, he needs no further introduction. You know about him. If you've been watching darts over the last year, couple of years, since his switch from the BDO, he has impressed.
Yes, he's certainly full of Eastern promise, quality in
First
abundance.
Simon to
7-time Pro Tour winner, including a European Tour event. And just starting, we said a few years ago, he needs to start getting those better runs on the big TV events, and he's done that recently.
Great start from Simon Whitlock. That's the way to get it underway from the Wizard.
Well, we know his intentions. Oh, they're both at it.
121.
Just couldn't quite nurdle that one round the corner and get it in, but good response.
And that would have been a great start, but Simon's straight into the treble 20 zone.
99.
Such a good player, Simon Whitlock. We've seen him obviously win the European Championships. He's been to quite a few finals.
Had a good 2020.
Well, he did. He's certainly upped his game. He said he's changed a lot in his game. He's tried to put a bit of different practice into his routine. You know, you've got to think about these things now. If you want to up your game by 5%, 10%, even 2%, if one small change can do that, you've got to have a go.
Well, that was a loose visit from Whitlock there, and Ratajski's just been breathing down his neck a bit here. A big visit could put him under a lot of pressure. But Ratajski
96.
just searching around for his radar. Good third dart, though, from Ratajski.
It leaves him a finish, so Simon Whitlock will be aware of that. Yes, it's a big finish, but
60.
Just about okay in terms of leaving 130, gives him 2 darts at the treble 20, but Ratajski cannot start the sequence.
60. Simon, you require 130.
Need the treble.
Not
to be.
65.
So chance here for Ratajski against the throw
90.
to make a big statement.
Should go upstairs. Oh, that's not helped. .25 and bull. Well, a long way off the 25 there, so he's made a bit of a mess of that. And that's the problem sometimes. If you want 90,
50.
20-20 bull,
So
a lot of players are going for the treble
65.
20 to give him a better option. Just pulled it slightly left and ended up not having a throw at the double.
Should have a couple of darts at a double here. That was a bit loose. One dart.
He's on the first leg. Simon.
Yeah, good response though.
Second leg, Christoph.
Good check out. Whitlock holds his throw and goes 1-0 up.
Well, they got there eventually. He started the leg with a maximum. Both players a little bit dubious towards the end of the leg.
100.
Whitlock will be happy he got that double and the first leg on the board.
Such a tough competitor though, Ratajski, isn't he?
140.
Yeah, he's got to show more consistency on the TV events. On the floor, he's almost unbeatable at times. As I said, he's won 7 pro. He actually won 2 Pro Tour events before he won a 2 card, which is very, very unusual.
83.
Yeah, he's making that transition, isn't he, to the bright lights. But he looks like a man who can own this stage. Hard to beat. And phenomenally hard to spell, I reckon, as well. Go on, Woz.
How many points on the Scrabble board?
Give it a go. Can you do it? I know that I can't. Every time I look his name up when I'm making my notes, I have to refer to the internet.
You won't believe how many times I write it down and I still have to look.
139.
It's got a few Z's in it.
Too many. The man from Warsaw. Applying the pressure here, but Whitlock scoring heavily in this leg too.
He's coming downstairs. Oh, good visit there. For a moment he was looking at the 25 zone, but treble 19's even better. He's got a switch.
97.
Well, that big visit from Simon Whitlock there has just pushed the door slightly ajar. Now can he kick it down and take a 2-0 lead? One dart. Yes, and again it's that third dart of the visit that gets the job done, and he checks out. And he breaks the Ratajski throw and goes into a 2-0 lead.
Yes, if he'd have missed the treble, it would have left him 18 ball, but double 7 was the route.
Third leg, Simon to throw first.
Looking good for Whitlock.
We talk about his 2020 season. It was excellent, wasn't it? He just didn't quite manage to convert those semi-final appearances at the Grand Slam of Darts and the World Grand Prix.
100.
Get over the line. Mind you, he was blocked on both occasions in the finals by a certain Michael van Gerwen, wasn't he?
Well, he's had some good wins over Michael van Gerwen in the last few years. But there's so many good players now on tour, as we mentioned earlier on, with Gerwyn Price getting to world #1 and now world champion. There's so many players there. We mentioned again that 3 of the 6 debutants have won majors last year.
100.
So much talent there now in the PDC, certainly in the top 16 or 24 as this tournament is. Good to see a lot of different winners, I think, for the game, whereas
60.
Historically there's been players who have dominated the seasons.
Do you think 2020 was the most diverse season in recent memory, really, or going back decades
100.
possibly, in terms of the range of winners across the piece?
It's been there and thereabouts. Durant winning the Premier League, yes, he's a fantastic player. Dimitri, that was certainly
41.
one you wouldn't have picked, and that's no disrespect to Dimitri whatsoever. Jose winning the Grand Slam,
Amazing, really, when you put it like that.
fantastic player, but do you put them down as major winners until they actually win one?
59.
Whitlock's average just nudging ahead of Ratajski here. He's on 97.
He's got to watch himself here, hasn't he? It's only a race to 6. Got to make sure he's still in the game after the first session. You don't want to be going in that back room during the break with too much to do when you come out for that second session.
64.
And with that in mind, this is an important visit from Christoph Ratajski now. Needs to set himself up nicely here.
Yes, and Simon Whitlock, you would think, would have at least 1 dart at the double from 78. Not guaranteed, obviously, but 2 out of 2 on the doubles.
Simon, you require 78.
For the Australian. Spells danger for the Polish #1.
Well,
explain that one.
a little bit of recalibration required now.
He obviously went for 20 tops, but with Simon, you just never know.
And finally it doesn't quite work, so that third dart that has not let him down to date. I think he's just a bit rattled by his own slightly errant second dart there. Ratajski's opportunity. This has to go, but it's not going to go.
It was the first dart of treble 20 for 78 that threw me. I know he goes some strange ways on occasions, but that's certainly not a route that a lot of people take.
One dart left. No, well, Ratajski, if he's going to win this game, you sense he's got to take this opportunity now. Break the throw straight back, level it up in those terms at least. Good marker. Oh,
no score.
3 markers.
Simon, you require
disappointment there,
2.
you can see. And the reason being, he could have gone 3-0 down here. Had an opportunity to get himself well and truly back in the match.
Meanwhile, the Wizard is in madhouse.
Getting into on the third leg.
Not so mad.
Simon Whitlock. Full leg, Christoph.
Well, he got out of jail a bit there, didn't he, Alan?
Game on.
Well, I mentioned just before he got to the double, he'd had two out of two on the doubles and then messed about a little bit and gave Christoph the opportunity, but he couldn't take
100.
it. So he's well and truly on the back foot now. He's going to have to show some quality to get back at Simon in this match.
Yeah, that's good darts. Dogged competitor, Simon Whitlock. Decade ago that he was a finalist at Ali Pali in the World Championships. Been around forever, hasn't he?
Yes, BDO finalist as well.
One apiece now
player.
in terms of 180s. Sorry, Alan.
Yeah, certainly a quality player, Ned, as we all know.
81.
He's one of those players, Alan, who just doesn't. It's not about the opponent, is it? It's about him and his game, and everything else can just be put on the back burner. He's an island out there on the stage, isn't he?
Normally the best part of his game is his big finishing.
100.
Never out of the leg when you can take out those big shots on or with great regularity. Always giving yourself a chance.
Now then, can he?
49.
He's just pulling up short a little bit each time. 180 though. Whitlock too far away, can't finish. Ratajski will come back and he's going to have to take it out.
Yes, and when you've just had three
100.
clean darts of a double in the previous leg and missed it by quite some distance for a player of his calibre, that'll make him feel a whole lot better. Yes, he's still 3-1 down, but he'll feel like he's at least made some attempt on the scoreline to get himself back in the match.
Settle the nerves, go again. He's on the scoreboard.
140.
Another big 140 from Simon Whitlock. That's his fourth. 180 apiece. Averages for both players very similar in the 90s at the moment, the low 90s.
97.
And certainly the biggest leg of the match so far. I'm sure there'll be more to come as the match progresses, but 4-1 and 3-2 going into the break.
140.
Not just on the scoreline, but the players' thought process when they're in the back room. Needs a big in.
Gets it. Brilliant darts. Brilliant darts. Puts him right back, almost on level terms in the leg.
Simon's having none of it.
140.
Good scoring leg from both players. Very crucial, this one, as we've mentioned.
Well, such a difference between going in 3-2 down and 4-1 down. That's what's at stake here. Ooh.
Made a bit of a mess there.
Yeah. All over the board there for Simon Whitlock.
Yeah, this is a big finish though, because it's generally two trebles, but not to be.
93.
So Whitlock now to tidy this up and go into the break 4-1 up. One dart does it. There's the big lead, 4-1. The Whitlock is most of the way there to banishing recent history, turning this round and righting the wrong, as he would have perceived it, that Christoph Ratajski did him not so long ago at the World Championships. 4-1 at the break. Very impressive. Just a minor little wobble or two, Alan, but nothing to worry about at all in the Whitlock game. It's smooth, it's functioning, it's come out of the other side of New Year's celebrations, such as they were this year, in full working order.
Yes, he'll be pretty happy with the scoreline. I would say just above reasonably happy with the performance. Started off with a maximum in that first leg, but did give his opponent a chance in the leg. The big from Christoph Ratajski's point of view was those three cleared outs of the double to get himself back to 2-1. When you're 3-0 down, it's always going to be difficult against anybody against a quality opponent like Simon Whitlock even harder.
Another big 140, that's his 7th. That's the problem with the race to 6 in this very short format, isn't it? Actually, even though it's a 4-1 scoreline, looks totally emphatic, he's only actually broken his throw once, the Ratajski throw. So, you know, that's not really reflected in the lopsided scoreline that you've got, and that's the problem. You can't let it get away with you.
Yeah, from Simon's point of view, he's got to be thinking more of the same. I'm in a good position, I'm scoring well, the doubles are pretty good. Christopher's, well, he's obviously on the back foot, but he's throwing first in this leg. He's got to get himself really reared up for this leg. Just win this first leg of the session and see where it takes him for the rest of the match.
Problem is, he's lost the darts effectively in terms of scoring, hasn't he? Those 2 big 140s.
91.
Well, and leaves himself 130 again. Yeah, Christoph certainly been outscored.
All the advantage of throwing first in this crucial leg, scrubbed out by Whitlock's heavy scoring.
87, so I mean you require 130.
130 would be the biggest checkout of the match.
Yes, and with Ratajski on 178, he doesn't need to go for the treble 20, double 5 or 20 bull route.
90.
That's why he went for the treble 18.
Lays up short for tops next time.
Well, 140.
That second treble,
Simon, you require 40.
if Whitlock slips up, might be vital, but it's a big if, I think. Well, the opportunity is there for Ratajski now, and he simply has to take it. Double 19 to give him 2 legs on the board.
Yeah, well done.
Well, we said a few minutes ago, didn't we?
7th leg, Simon, for the row first.
He's got to dig deep and just win this first leg of the session and see where it takes him. From Simon's point of view, I didn't expect him to miss 3 clear darts at the double, the way he was playing and the way he was finishing. But on throw, for the second time in the match, starts with a max.
And it's such a psychological game. How must that hurt for Ratajski? Just seen a leg saved from almost 96. Nowhere, and then immediately Whitlock comes up with a maximum. Must be heartbreaking.
Yes, more psychology than Clement Freud's library.
125.
Incredible how games can swing in this sport, Ned.
The 105 plays 196.
60.
Too far behind, you would think, in this leg. Simon knows he's in command of the match, but certainly this leg.
And again,
putting one away, if you can fill it up. No, it's a bad lie for him. Oh, but he found the way.
Well, that was brilliant, wasn't it? Where did he place that one from?
$100.
Ah, that shouldn't have gone in. That was impossible.
16.
But it did go in, and it leaves him with double 8 for the match. And he gets it, and he storms into the second round. Ratajski didn't throw badly, 93 average. Well, he's almost there, isn't he?
Yeah, 1 leg away.
5-2.
Well, just that movement for that 180, Ned. You could see him visibly move to the right-hand side.
Just remarkable.
When you look at the camera angle, you can't quite see it, but as a player that throws darts at that certain angle, he obviously had to move and found a way through.
59.
Averaging just over 98 now, Simon Whitlock, despite those 3 darts in the previous leg.
93.
Eight 140s, 3 180s. It's been that part of his game that
140.
One more to the tally as well. That's a 9th 140. It's that part of the game at the moment that he just has an advantage over Ratajski.
Well, that's huge, really. And we think we're only in the 8th leg. And you look at the stats
58.
there. Not too much in terms of percentages on the doubles, but the fact that Simon's given himself more chances at the double.
78.
A rare loose 3 darts there from Simon Whitlock. It's incumbent upon the Polish Eagle now to capitalise. Good first dart.
100.
Couldn't follow it up though, and that's what he needed to do. He needed to become Simon Whitlock there in that visit and make it hurt, make it pay. Grow a very quick beard, and that slightly homegrown ponytail that we know and love. It's been such a feature of the PDC tournaments for so many years now.
140. Received 113.
10th 140 for Whitlock. If Ratajski doesn't take out this 113, he can't do now. Well, Simon Whitlock took 84 out in an earlier leg on double 7.
53. Simon, you require 84.
Well, he's within touching distance now, Simon Whitlock. Should get 2 at the double, or 1 at the double.
Tops.
44.
Well, he went for the treble 16 and hit the treble 8. Still numerically okay. Left him 20 tops. Has to take this now, obviously.
Good marker.
Oh, 40.
No, it just hasn't been happening
Simon,
here tonight for
40.
the Polish number 1.
3 darts in hand. Tops to aim at. Should be simple. That was a long way down.
Game.
But no mistake. At the second time of asking.
Simon Whitlock.
And in the end, it's emphatic. Another 6-2 win, this time in favour of Simon Whitlock. Putting history right. The Wizard has broken the spell and taken revenge. The defeat at the hands of Ratajski and Ali Pali, and he goes into the second round where he will face the defending champion here in Milton Keynes at the Masters, Peter Wright.